Is Modern Warfare 3 worth buying in 2025? No, it's not. This game sucks. It's almost insulting that it shares a name with one of the greatest video game trilogies ever made. It's a half-baked game with a plot that feels like it was written by an artificial intelligence programmed by a drunk 5th grader. I'm dead serious when I say that I legitimately got angry while playing this absolute abomination. I genuinely considered not finishing it since it's been out a while, and I think the negative reception among critics is fairly well documented at this point. But if I'm gonna criticize something, I think it's only right to give the game a fair shake before tearing it to shreds, right? Whatever, let's just get this over with. So the game opens with you rescuing the mysterious prisoner 627 from the Zordaya prison complex in Castovia. For the most part, this mission is actually solid. You go in all stealth-like, you take out some conveniently unobservant guards and rescue... Wait, Makarov? Guys, remember the Gerber baby? This is why you don't do drugs. You break Makarov out of prison, which leads us to this cutscene where we meet up with good old Captain Price, Soap, Gaz, and Ghost, all gearing up to start a game of Warzone. That's when Laswell pops in with a disturbing message. Evil Gerber baby terrorist dude has escaped. This freaks out Price, who immediately aborts the mission. The point of this scene is to establish Makarov as a threat that even Price is afraid of, except we get so little information on what's happening that it's difficult to care. It's like the writers were banking on the audience remembering that Makarov was the bad guy from the original Modern Warfare 3 game that came out when I was a senior in high school, and the core Call of Duty audience now were barely out of their diapers. Oh, I feel old. Elsewhere in the world, Farah Karim, leader of the Urzikstan Liberation Force, say that 5 times fast, and her trusty-dusty sidekick Alex Keller are on their way to accept ballistic missiles from Shadow Company. You know, Shadow Company, the guys who tried to kill her friend, Captain Price, and the rest of 141, but sure, they work together now, so that's cool. Also, Alex died in Modern Warfare 2, but was apparently retconned back to life in a Season 5 cutscene from Call of Duty Warzone.
Echo 3-1, reporting for duty.
Alex, thought you were dead.
Still standing.
Okay, so there are multiple problems here already. 1, what if you don't play Warzone? Are you just supposed to be okay with getting no explanation? 2, and I credit the Act Man for this one, the guy died in a manually detonated explosion that caved in a rather sizable brick building. I mean, not only should he be dead, but his body should be an unidentifiable kind of dead. 3rd, if the guy did survive, did he just feel like not getting back in touch with the team? He was cool to just let them believe he died? I've never been to war, but I have eaten at Taco Bell enough times in my life to consider myself lucky to be alive, and I assure you, everyone I love knows I'm alive. 4, screw you, Sledgehammer. 5, one of the most basic rules of screenwriting is to avoid conveniences that benefit your protagonist because they aren't believable. Why? Because apparently we humans are a bunch of pessimistic assholes. I don't make the rules, I just know when they're being violated, and being brought back from the dead is a pretty beneficial convenience, wouldn't you say? Okay, fine, whatever. The character was at least likable, so I'll forgive it this time, but surely they won't do it again, right?
Wrong again, boys.
Okay, so apparently Philip Graves is back too, after being, you know...
Well, I wasn't in that tank.
Graves was trying to kill Soap in Modern Warfare 2 to keep him and the rest of Task Force 141 from spilling the beans about him and Shepard illegally transporting American missiles that were stolen by Russians. If he really wasn't in the tank, why did he immediately give up trying to kill Soap? Graves wasn't trying to escape Soap. This wasn't some smokescreen. This was the attempted murder of one of the greatest characters to ever imprint upon our corneas. If the illegal missile transfer info is leaked, that's game over for Graves and General Shepard. But nah, it's cool. Soap can just go on his merry way as long as he just believes he killed Graves. Because apparently, that's good enough for Graves to believe that Soap isn't about to, you know, get him arrested for war crimes or something silly like that. Maybe he was just super pumped about that alleged McDonald's that's at Guantanamo Bay. Is there really a McDonald's at Guantanamo Bay? But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's go back to the beginning when Farah and Alex are getting those missiles from their new friends General Shepard and his band of international criminal weapons dealers. The missiles Farah was supposed to get from Shepard are stolen by Makarov's private army called the Coney Group. So Farah goes around placing bright red blinking trackers on each of the containers and just lets them go. I guess we're just banking on the Coney Group not offering good optical insurance because apparently each and every single one of these idiots are more blind than your average NFL ref. With Makarov on the loose, Captain Price and his legendary mustache lead Task Force 141 to an abandoned nuclear plant to prevent the Coney group from getting their hands on leftover nuclear stuff. Because apparently there's only one abandoned nuclear power plant in... where even are we? Turns out, Coney's already there, surprise, surprise. They find out that the plant has leftover chemical materials that Makarov is going to use to turn into a deadly weapon. Or to sell to Taco Bell for their new Doritos Locos Taco sauce. Honestly, his motivations are pretty unclear at this point. Price accidentally consumes too much of the Doritos Locos Taco special gassy sauce and nearly dies. We've all been there, my friend. A few minutes later, Price wakes up and is just fine. Totally fine. So I guess the lesson here is that inhaling gas from a bioweapon is not as dangerous as eating at Taco Bell. This is when we get probably the best bit of character building in the game.
Take it easy, Cap. You beat the gas, but you still need some time to recover.
I'm fine.
Got a headache? Nausea?
Always.
He's good.
Was worried your face was gonna melt off like those other poor bastards. You ask me, it'd be an improvement.
Moments of genuine connection with the characters are few and far between in this game, but when they happen, it gives you the sense that there was actually a good story to be told here. The banter between the characters really gives them some much needed depth and complexity, except it's followed up by some of the most mind-numbingly stupid bit of plot contrivances you've seen since The Last Jedi. Even though Captain Price's lungs should be about as functional as a deflated whoopee cushion, he and the team are on their way to a Cold War-era bunker in Urzikstan to get the missiles back before Makarov's dastardly plan is set into motion. Wait, get the missiles back. Why do I feel like we did this already?
Ballistic missiles. Hassan's got missiles. Hassan has American missiles.
American missiles. Ballistic missiles?
Is it carrying a missile?
Did you get American missiles?
Including missiles.
We need to get on the ground and see if the missiles are there.
Price meets up with Farah and finds out that the missiles were a gift from Shadow Company. I wouldn't necessarily give WMDs as a present, but hey, I'm not a war criminal. What do I know? Anyway, Price informs her that Shadow Company are not but errand boys with tack vests. I mean, if I were Price and Shadow Company tried to kill my men, I wouldn't immediately think of them as errand boys as much as traitors or backstabbers or jerkfaces that I'd like to beat to a bloody pulp. That's when Farah responds with something that almost made me yeet my Xbox off my second story balcony.
They're allies. They're allies.
Sure, fine, they're allies. Let's have a look back at how ally-like they've been this whole time. Here's Shadow Company betraying Soap and Ghost. Here's Shadow Company trying to kill Soap. Here's Shadow Company trying to kill Ghost. Here's Shadow Company killing a civilian.
They're allies.
No, you're just a moron. I'm not gonna lie, the rest of this game is so boring and the plot so discombobulated that I'm actually having trouble writing the script. So I'm just gonna blow through the next few levels because they're basically meaningless anyway. Captain Price and Farah find one of the missiles and Farah attempts to hold it from launching for as long as she can, which I don't even know what that means. How do you hold a rocket from launching? It either launches or it doesn't. Ugh. The missile detonates inside the bunker anyway, which somehow doesn't kill either Price or Farah thanks to their trusty dusty plot armor. Elsewhere in the world, Laswell sneaks onto a Coney group base by, and I'm not joking, walking in the front door. What? At this point, the writers just give up and allow you to walk all the way through the Russian military base straight to Laswell's informant, who is actually Yuri Volkov, but you wouldn't recognize that if you hadn't played the original Modern Warfare 3. But the writers knew this game sucks, so they had to give legacy COD players a bit of nostalgia bait. Yuri gives Laswell a freaking thumb drive because apparently the internet doesn't work, and I hear what you're saying. Yuri can't send the information over the internet, they're watching the network for suspicious activity. Are they watching it as well as they watch the base for suspicious activity? Laswell has to escape from the base before it gets blown up by more missiles. Then Makarov takes down a passenger jet by blowing it up from the inside and attempts to pin it on one of Farah's former soldiers.
You terrorist.
No!
You look like one.
That's kind of racist. Also, how was the most wanted man in the world allowed on an airplane? Ugh. Farah and Alex must go search the wreckage, clearing it of evidence that would tie the attacks back to her. And they do it by finding and wiping the memory of 3 cell phones. That's it. 3 cell phones. Because apparently, only 3 people had cell phones on this airplane. I mean, she wipes the black box too, but I can't. I might cry. After that, Price, Soap, and Ghost end up teaming up with Shepard and Graves because both of them really want Makarov. Price wants him because he's a good dude with a solid moral compass who wants to stop a very bad man. Shepard wants him because he wants to end his career on a high note. I honestly don't understand why he thinks he'd be in that much trouble anyway. The feds do all sorts of shady crap in real life and end up getting medals for it. Shepard gives them the location of Makarov's financier, because they can't find him despite him literally being in the open. I can't even with this, what? They interrogate Makarov's financier, one Milena Romanova, who swears she doesn't know Makarov's plans, she just gives him money for them, or something. Wait, it's that easy to get money from a Russian oligarch?
Well, in that case, Miss Romanova, perhaps you could help me pay off my student loans.
Soap and Ghost steal Romanova's shopping money, causing her to freak out and give up Makarov's location, basically immediately. Now, admittedly, I've never been interrogated, but generally I don't think you're supposed to tell your interrogator your weakness.
That account is my money. I fought for it, I earned it.
Like that. Don't do that. Her intel helps them capture Coney operative Andre Nolan, which somehow leads them to finding out that there's a convoy moving across Siberia, and it's absolutely critical that Price and his men intercept the convoy because the game requires more runtime. The team is shocked to find out that General Shepard was among the convoy's cargo, and frankly, so were we all, cause last we knew, this guy was at the Pentagon, all safe and cozy in his bed of lies. But now he's here, in Siberia, so that the rest of the plot can happen. Price tells him that he needs to testify to Congress about how he illegally gave missiles to American allies in the Middle East at the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, or else he'll... Wait, isn't that exactly what he did at the beginning of this game too? So he did it twice? If this is so illegal that Shepard's legacy could be tarnished, why did he do it again? And they were stolen. Again! No, this is so stupid! Shepard agrees to come clean to Congress, which in reality would mean getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But instead, he just blames Graves for the whole situation. Graves then blames Shepard for everything in return. What's that? Politicians blaming each other for the problems they caused? I take back all of my criticisms. This game is extremely realistic. Then you start on an open combat mission in which you go defuse 3 bombs on a dam that Makarov planned to blow up and drown an entire town. So you go, defuse the bombs, save the day, and it's all very boring and these open combat missions suck, and screw you, Activision. The group finds out that Makarov's now in London, cause why not, I guess. Price and the boys find out that Makarov is going to blow up the Channel Tunnel. I can't remember how they figure this out, and honestly, I don't care. Price and Soap find the bomb and attempt to disarm it, but oh no, here's Makarov, just chilling in the tunnel he's about to blow up. You know, judging by this moment, he clearly knows that Price and Soap are there. Why didn't he just wait outside for them to enter the tunnel and then blow it up? Oh wait, I know why.
Plot armor!
Makarov gets the jump on Price, but then Soap strikes back as the men that were standing behind Makarov just watched the show apparently. Makarov quickly strips Soap of his plot armor and shoots him in the head. Yep, that's it. That's the heroic death scene that Johnny Soap McTavish gets. It's almost like this game was on a shortened development timeline, forcing the writers to cut so many corners. Oh wait! Makarov then escapes. Gaz and Price then disarm the bomb, and the gang mourns their fallen brother. Now I'm not gonna lie, the game has been a total disaster, and this moment doesn't help at all. But seeing Ghost bent down next to his friend, yeah, that kinda got to me. The gang scatters Johnny's ashes off a cliff in Scotland in a moment that is half tender, half complete bullshit. The character building that was accomplished in the first and second games cannot be overstated. It was awesome. The relationship between Ghost and Soap brought many a smile to my face. They act like they truly care about each other while still being hardened soldiers. Johnny's kind of a kid with a sort of uncontained energy and enthusiasm, while Ghost is more of a stoic, older brother figure, maybe? Either way, the writing of their relationship, I thought, was really well done, which is why this overly choreographed scene where Gaz, Price, and Ghost stare off into the distance speaking the shallowest superlatives in the most cookie-cutter fashion is an absolute abomination to the character of Soap.
He was the best of us.
The toughest.
He'd have fought the world barehanded.
That's it? That's all you have to say? Look, I get these guys are supposed to be tough and soldiers, but that doesn't mean they have to act like they've got literal sticks shoved up their butts. Do you understand the moment that was wasted here? First off, these characters should have just said nothing. The whole scene should have been told through music and their actions. Second, Gaz and Price should have been the first to walk away from the cliff, leaving Ghost a moment alone to say goodbye to his friend. Third, the camera should have slowly panned in on Ghost's face, revealing a tear dripping down from his eye, showing that this hardened soldier will never see his brother in arms again. Oh, and then Price assassinates Shepard in his office at the Pentagon in a mid-credit scene. Because apparently this game hasn't given us enough middle fingers yet. This is so stupid. Shepard was responsible for nearly killing off your entire team, but is there a big lead up to you getting to kill him and avenge your team? Nope. There's no fight, there's no struggle, there's no epic score to supplement such an epic moment. Price doesn't even say, "This is for soap," although that's not totally relevant, but it would have been cool. But no, Price just shoots him and then calmly walks out of the room. I'm sorry, but when was the last time someone was assassinated in the Pentagon? Also, Shepard doesn't trust Price. Shouldn't Shepard be telling the guards that, like, hey, if this guy shows up, maybe don't let him in because he's gonna probably want to try to kill me? How is Price able to make it this far into the Pentagon anyway?
What armor?
Never mind. This game sucks. The only way it'd be worth playing is if Activision paid you to be on some sort of team that was taking notes on how to make it suck less. The fact that they asked you to spend $70 on this is insulting. I'm lucky that I only got to play this thanks to a free Game Pass subscription that came with my new laptop. So I can't sue Activision to get my money back, but if I could sue them to get the brain cells that were brutally murdered by this game back, I totally would. Alright, that's all I can take, so I'm gonna go bang my head against the wall until I forget this game ever happened. Bye.